Hello and welcome to everyone. I'm just going to do a short recap of this event. Got to say that this was a pretty much successful weekend for me when it comes to post-fight preds and such things. I really have to say that the event was outstanding. I'm more than happy with how it went. I went 8-2, which is kinda good, which is kinda very, very good because I got to say that I really did a great job here about thoughts, about odds. I actually made two mistakes. The first one was Malory Martin versus Poliana Vienna. I said the fight will not end in round one. And Kepper comparison said the odd is like -6 so low. And the second one, I was targeting the upset of Gilbert Burns against Kamaru Usman. So these two odds didn't come to fruition. But overall, it was a good event. Maybe this was a low value pay-per-view event. I don't know. But some people say this was an okay pay-per-view event. And some people say it had, it wasn't the greatest one. Only the main event brought a lot of fans. But okay, I mean, UFC 259 going to be better. But for me, as a predictor, this was a really good event as my score was 8-2. So I have to say that I'm pretty much pleased with how my score went because looking back at all the aspects of the game, I pretty much thought with analytics. You know, I never follow money line. I always follow analytics. And Gabe Green versus Philip Rao, I said about is going to last plus 0.5 rounds. We had at least a controversial victory of Gabe Green. I was thinking that Philip Rao won the fight, but okay, I mean, it was good for me that he won. But anyway, I'm trying to say that many people maybe disagree with this because we had rockings, we had stunnings, but the greatest failure of the event was Jillian Robertson versus Miranda Maverick, and of course Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, because these fights didn't go well, and they didn't happen. Jillian Robertson had medical issues, just like Bobby Green. Bobby Green suffered a kidney failure. I just hope he is feeling fine right now. I just hope he is going to recover ASAP. You know, I'm hoping that he is going to recover sometime soon. Potentially, next fight that went well. I was right about that one. Then the next fight of the card was also an intriguing pick for me. It was Andrea versus Chris Gutierrez. I kind of had a feeling that the bout will go to judges' scorecards or decision, but I set plus 1.5, considering the fact that Andrea is a very, very tactical fighter, and considering the fact that Chris Gutierrez is having one of the most tactical coaches in the UFC, and actually Mark Montoya is thinking a lot during a fight, and he's very, very experienced coach. So that's really outstanding. That was a really, really outstanding way to go. So I had many other expectations. I had, for example, Malory Martin versus Poliana Vienna was my only miss. I said the fight will not end in round one, but considering the fact that Poliana Vienna is outstanding on her back, I was thinking that Malory Martin is gonna keep the fight standing, but she didn't do so. I mean, she tried to drag Poliana Vienna on the ground, which didn't end well for her. It was a terrible mistake, a really, really terrible mistake of Malory Martin. Poliana Vienna submitted her very much early on. Then we had the clash between Belal Muhammad and Diego Lima, where Belal Muhammad was very, very dominant. I said Belal Muhammad is going to win, and yeah, it was a very much dominant performance of Belal Muhammad, 30-27. Then Rodolfo Vieira versus Anthony Hernandez. Everybody were picking, believe it or not, Rodolfo Vieira for this fight. But I was unsure, I wasn't sure whether that fight has a value, and I wasn't sure at Rodolfo Vieira because knowing his outstanding BJJ skills, I was thinking that Rodolfo Vieira will probably try to choke or submit his opponent. And when that didn't come to fruition, I said for that fight, the fight will not go the distance, and it didn't went the distance. But with submission experts, there is always a risk that they won't submit their opponents. But it was the greatest upset on the whole card, considering the fact that Fluffy Hernandez defeated his opponent via outstanding guillotine choke, also thanks to his coach. And Fluffy Hernandez showed outstanding levels of stamina. Rodolfo Vieira, maybe Rodolfo Vieira was stronger. I mean, you never know. Rodolfo Vieira might have been a stronger guy, but being a stronger guy doesn't mean much, especially considering the fact that he fought with one of the most powerful fighters. Well, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is definitely one of the most powerful fighters in the division when it comes to mental aspect of the game. And yeah, I was right about that one. I said the bout will not go the distance. Unfortunately, Monjos Rivera also got scrapped, another unsuccess. And yeah, then we had Julian Marquez versus Maki Pitolo, where Maki Pitolo was piecing him apart for 2 rounds. But I was still thinking that Julian Marquez will end this fight. And Julian Marquez hasn't fought for 2 years. He had a big injury, and he also started doing some other things. For example, Beast and Beauty podcast, the Beauty and the Beast podcast, and it's actually a great idea. I mean, commercially, that's a great, and also his post-fight statement for Miley Cyrus was outstanding. I mean, Julian Marquez is a great guy, and I'm so glad he secured the win. Maki Pitolo is probably going to get released, but on the other side, Julian Marquez got back into the win column, and after postponing that match and canceling that match with Saperbek Safarov, I was really much worried about Julian Marquez, as I didn't know which way this is going to go. And Maki Pitolo would have certainly won if the fight didn't go to judges' scorecards or decisions. So I really think that Julian Marquez did a really, really great job here, and he really surprised his opponent in round 3, considering the fact that he lost both of these fights. Both of these rounds, I picked Julian Marquez. Then in the next fight, Ricky Simon versus Brian Kelleher, I was very confident of Ricky Simon. I said that Ricky Simon is probably going to win that fight. I had no dilemma. I was also right about Ricky Simon. And Ian Heinisch, Kelvin Gastelum, I said Gastelum is going to win, and Gastelum's wrestling showed to be way superior than Ian Heinisch's. I was kind of afraid that Heinisch big right hand could turn the lights out on Gastelum, but it didn't happen. So I was also right about that one. Also, it was a successful night for Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. When people ask me who's going to win, I initially picked Macy Barber, but I switched my pick to plus 1.5 rounds. So it was good. It was really, really good. I switched to plus 1.5 rounds, and after switching to plus 1.5 rounds, it was a really, really good way to go for me, because after making that decision, I mean, that fight went to judges' scorecards or decision, and I was honestly impressed. I was very much impressed with that, because looking back at that fight, this fight was outstanding. This fight was really, really outstanding, and Alexa Grasso outworked her, but it was plus 1.5. So yeah, people are sometimes telling that I'm fishing for safe odds and such things, but I'm thinking with my brain. I never follow the money line. So that was also another accurate pick. I only missed for Gilbert Burns because I was fishing for the upset. Gilbert Burns. I was thinking that Gilbert Burns is going to upset his opponent. Burns got to work on those chins. Yes, man. Yes, you are right, Ozzy. Right now we arrived. I'm doing fine. I'm going to sleep probably a bit earlier today because, haven't slept much. Yeah, unfortunately, that was my only miss. And also Malory, Martin, Poliana, Vienna. I only had 2 misses for this card. So this was a great night for me. How are you, Ozzy? This was a really much good card for me. Pretty much a good card. About picks for the upcoming card, I will try to. I'll probably announce it tomorrow. I need to do some maths. I need to do some analysis. I put early predictions all day long, But tomorrow I have a bit more time, so I will start thinking about how to make predictions for the upcoming weekend. And about UFC 258, we learned that. Thank you to Ozzy. We learned that Kamaru Usman equalized GSP score. We also learned that Alexa Grasso is a serious threat to the female roster, and Alexa Grasso was heavily underrated as of now. We might see some fresh blood in the likes of Gabe Green. Also, Ricky Simon is ready to attack top-ranked opponent like top 10, top 7. Belal Muhammad is ready to attack the top of the division. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez should now fight some more serious name. Thank you to Ozzy. Should now fight some more serious name, way more serious name. Julian Marquez was heavily underrated before this victory, and many people were telling that Julian Marquez is just staying. That Julian Marquez is just staying in the public eye for some other things. They were telling that Julian Marquez is not training at all. So Julian Marquez proved doubters were wrong. Khabib versus Usman needs to happen. It makes sense to me now. Definitely makes sense because both of them are undefeatable. It makes sense. If Khabib unretires, you never know. Malory Martin versus Poliana Vienna showed us that Poliana Vienna is a fearsome strawweight prospect, and Poliana Vienna is also ready to fight, maybe even top 5, man. Maybe even top 5 in the division, definitely. Also, we've got the case of Ian Heinisch, and Kelvin Gastelum was number 9. I assume he's going to climb up the rankings, and Kelvin Gastelum is ready to get back into the top of the division. Many people said after these back-to-back losses that Kelvin Gastelum is out, that his career is going to end, but it didn't come to fruition, as Kelvin Gastelum really did a fabulous job. Kelvin Gastelum heavily outworked Ian Heinisch and proved that his wrestling is still better than the majority of the division. He has one of the best wrestlings in the division, which he proved in this fight. And he was also, just remember, when he was able to drag Israel Adesanya to the ground, you know that it's not an easy job to do. You know how hard it is. So, hello, Farhad. Sup, man? Usman can fight 185ers and beat them like Kelvin and Ian. Yes, so true, man. Maybe Usman in the future might think about advancing one division up and becoming a double champ. So, yeah, you are right, definitely about that. And looking back at post-fight match, we've seen that Andre Ewell is still fighting well. He is very entertaining, very fun to watch, but it's questionable whether he is ready to some elite level fighters. But he can stay at top 15. I think he will be number 10, number 15. But for now, I don't see Andre Ewell ascending the ladder. I don't see him climbing up the bantamweight division ladder. But he might stay around spot 15. And but we've learned that Belal Muhammad is a fearsome prospect, and we learned that Belal Muhammad is ready to attack the top of the division and to defend the honor of his state. Absolutely, he did it with style. On the other side, we've seen some improvements in Diego Lima's game, I've got to say. But Diego Lima showed a lot of telegraphing, which was he was telegraphing a lot, and I think Diego Lima is going to correct that in the future, because his low kicks are outstanding, man. His low kicks are so brutal, so outstanding. I just hope he will not telegraph that much in the future. Gabe Greenfield Pro. Well, we've seen that height means nothing. Gabe Green was facing massive reach disadvantage, massive height, disadvantage, and you've seen how it went. We learned that Poliana Vienna is fabulous on her back. We learned that definitely. I knew it from the early stages, but when people ask me about Malory Martin Poliana Vienna to pick one opponent, I intentionally picked Poliana Vienna because I knew how strong she is of the back. Oh, how are you, Oleg? Have deep voice today. Yes. How did you know that? How did you know that I'm a bit, my throat is a bit, my throat is a bit red. How did you know that? Yeah, but my throat is a bit red, but I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling really much well today. But yeah, my throat is a bit. I was talking whole night, so that's kind. But I'm gonna be better tonight, I guess. Tomorrow we're gonna have. Tomorrow we're gonna have Чудесный podcast. I will announce on my Instagram. Just everybody follow me on Instagram. This is my Instagram. Please follow me. I will announce here. I will announce on Instagram. So this is my Instagram. This is just follow me. We will have 2 Чудесных podcasts because the week after I'm traveling. I have some obligations. I have other jobs. So basically, this is this is the best way to hang around with my fans, and I'm still hyped about the whole event. We also learned that you mustn't underestimate Anthony Fluffy Hernandez because he is not Mr. Fluffy anymore. Now he is ready for war. Now he is ready for bigger challenges. And I think Ewell had a short notice fight because he was slated to fight Cody Stamann as well, as you know, and then Andrea Ewell had a fake positive COVID test. Then they removed him from that card, slated Cody Stamann to fight Askar, but that fight didn't come to fruition. Then they moved Andrea Ewell for the next weekend. Then Andrea Ewell ended up fighting Chris Gutierrez. So yeah, it was a short notice bout. So anyway, I think it wasn't a disaster on the side of Andrea Ewell. Gabe Green, worst fight IQ I've ever seen. I got to say I agree with that, man. But I was thinking that Philip won that fight, but actually judges didn't share my thoughts. So in general, I think judges didn't score that fight well, but never mind. It's their job to score. It's our job to watch. And we've seen also that Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is very much ready for great challenges. I thought Green won too. Yeah, man. Yeah. I was thinking the Raw one, but anyway, I mean, judges rendered their scorecards, and it was really a bit different. It was a really bit different decision, but Julian Marquez is back into the winning column, which is outstanding because Julian Marquez is really much ready to work on his aspects of the game, and he is really much he's ready to get back. He's ready for a big comeback. I really think that Julian Marquez is ready for a big comeback. Maybe we'll see Maki Pitolo released. I don't know. On the other side, we should pay more attention to Alexa Grasso, because Alexa Grasso is a very underrated prospect. On the other side, many people were thinking that Macy Barber is going to fight for the title, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, I guess. Hernandez best underdog win show. I think, yeah, it was the best underdog. And about Rodolfo Vieira versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez that I was very unsure, that I said the fight will not go the distance. I didn't have courage to put my pick on Rodolfo Vieira because I was very doubtful, knowing that Rodolfo Vieira, if he doesn't submit you, that's not going to work, And he is pretty much a one-sided fighter. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez showed that he knows to strike, that he knows to submit, and that he is a very well-rounded fighter. Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Mexican fighters are really big prospects also. Alexa Grasso might join Brandon Moreno soon. I mean, Alexa Grasso is in the top of the division, and she is going to skip her opponent again, I guess. I don't know. Right now, we'll see when new rankings are released. But this fight card, we could have learned a lot from this fight card, and this fight card really taught us that we are ready to deal everything. And that's gonna be it generally. I'm pretty much sure that the next fight card is gonna be even more entertaining. So guys, I haven't slept for a whole night. I just slept a bit. I'm gonna recover today, and tomorrow I'm getting back into the working column. So thank you anyway for stopping by. Thank you for spending time with me, and we will. For next event, I will probably cover more boxing from now on because boxing will be more active in England. I will also continue covering MMA, UFC. I will see. It depends, guys, but we will see. I will let you know ahead. So we are going to keep the ball rolling. Thank you, everyone, for joining, for following this stream, and we'll catch you some other time. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll discuss. There will be time. Have a great day, everyone. Don't forget to join me tomorrow at Čudesno podcast. I will let you know about the time. I will probably announce. I'll announce on my Instagram. I'll probably announce here later. Have a great day, everyone.